What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Wendy Mother. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Wendy Mother aka Mama Fabian. I'd like to welcome you to the Life with Wendy Mother familia. Woo! I've really missed opening videos with so much spike. So yeah guys, on today's episode of my channel, we are going to be talking about the day that I broke to my parents that I was pregnant for the second time. Let me just laugh because now when I sit back and look at it, it was just such a weird, like, it wasn't really weird, but it was just a funny moment, if I can say so. As I was like freaking out, I was freaking out about telling them that I was pregnant. Kume, they already knew. You get, like, they had already suspected, and they were just speculating and waiting for me to come through and tell them, like, you know, like, I'm pregnant. So let me try and think of like how this all started. So obviously sometimes when it gets to the weekends, I normally go home. I go home with Fabian, so that Fabian says hi to my mom, spends time with my mom, spends time with my dad and my siblings. So sometimes I go home like over the weekends, not every weekend, but like at least like after every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go home just for Fabian to spend time with them, especially when he's closed school. That's when now we stay actually for a longer period at home. So I started going home, especially after nipone na corona, after I got better from COVID. Now I started like going home again, spending time with like my siblings and my family and everything. So Sasa, I hadn't even told my sister I was pregnant. I hadn't told my brother I was pregnant. Literally the only person who knew I was pregnant was Baba Fabian and me. And I was tripping like crazy. Now this is before now I even told my friends that I was pregnant. So I would go home and I would really like wear like baggy clothes. I would wear like really baggy clothes just so that my stomach wouldn't be seen. So my belly started showing at like in March ikienda kuisha April, ndio saa tumbo yangu ikaanza kuonekana vizuri because my belly showed earlier this time than when I was with Fabian. So now when I would go home, I would wear baggy clothes, baggy t-shirts, and just make sure like I was covered as much as possible, just so that my mom wouldn't speculate that I was pregnant. But what I didn't realize was the fact that I was actually gaining weight, you know, because normally my weight is normally fluctuating between 55 to 58. Yeah, that's why nakuanga hapo katikati, 55, 58, 55, 58. So with Fabian, when I was giving birth to Fabian, I was like 72, 73 kgs. With baby number 2, Amari, by the time I was getting to now my last appointment before now the unfortunate situation, I think I was like 60 something, 68 kg. So meaning if I would have finished like the whole 9 months, I feel like I would have clocked like 78, 70, 76, 78 there. So I was really gaining weight, and me, I didn't even notice that I was gaining weight like that, because of course mtu ajionangi like utaona tu my pants are getting tighter, you know, the booty is getting thicker and stuff like that. But like you wouldn't realize that you're actually like becoming bigger. So there was this time we were going for what is it called, so I had to break it to my sister and tell her that I was pregnant. So I just DM'd her and I was like, you know, niko na ball nini, and she's like, you're lying, because I always have like a lot of jokes and we normally joke a lot. So she was like, you're lying nini, pay proof. So I'm showing her like my baby booklet for Hosea, nasema hapana ati inaweza kuwa ile ni ile ya Fabian. And so I had to like send her a picture and show her that I was pregnant. She was excited, blah blah blah, but this is not about her, Lauren, this is not about you. So we had this meeting that we were going to as a family in town some other day. So it was me, my mom, my dad, and my brother and my sister. So we were going for this meeting, and I was really struggling to find something like to wear. I was looking in my closet back at home. I'm not seeing, like, because that day I spent the night home, so that the next day we would go all together. I even left Fabian with his dad. So what is it called? I was looking for like clothes that would really hide the fact that I was pregnant, man. I'm looking for my t-shirts. T-shirts not zangu ni ndogo. So now I started looking for shirts. See their shirts. I started looking for shirts, the button shirts. So I started looking for a shirt. I found a shirt. But sasa hiyo shirt ilikuwa inani exposed because like the boob area was tight. It wasn't like too tight, but it was tight to the point where a button was looking like it was like holding on for dear life. So anyway, we went for that meeting. I would just see my mom looking at me like, hey, you know, ile kukushuku tu hata kikuongelesha na kuangalia like a certain way. My dad pale, but my dad alikuwa analengesha hiyo story. So he was just looking at me like I would have never suspected that my dad had said it before that he knew I was pregnant, because my dad is normally like so chilled, you know, like nanga, like he just goes with the flow with whatever happens in life. So fast forward to now, the time now I went home to just say hi. We were with Fabian, so I went home. So my stomach had now like popped ile serious, like my stomach was really showing. Hey, so mimi niko hapo nimetoka shower nini. So at home there's like, when you get out of the shower, when you turn to your right, we have a mirror hapo kwa the wall at the corridor. So when the wall was there, so I was dressing up. So I think I put on my underwear and my bra, and then I was admiring myself kwa kioo. So I was admiring myself on the mirror, and then I'm just looking at myself kidogo kidogo. My mom, you know, like I'm just admiring my stomach, I'm just admiring my body. I'm like, eh, yenye na glow nini nini. Kidogo kidogo nikasikia tu mamangu, Wendy, uko na mimba. Nikasema tu, nikakimbia nikaenda kwa the room. So nikaanza kujifanya like I'm in the wardrobe. Now my heart is pounding out of my chest, because before that Baba Fabian kept on asking me, when are you going to be ready to tell your parents that you're pregnant? Because he was willing to tell them, but me, I was just like, you know, I'm looking for the right time, I'm looking for the nini. Like I was always finding an excuse to not break the news to them. And it's just like God came out and was like, you know what, I'm just going to expose you, because you're taking your sweet time, and if you continue like this, your parents will end up knowing that you're about to give birth, that you're pregnant when you're about to give birth. So my mom comes in, she's like, Wendy, uko na mimba? I'm there in the wardrobe looking for clothes, and I'm like, hey. Oh my God, how stupid was I? So nikasema tu, then she was like, hebu nikuone. So she sees me, she sees my stomach, she say, haya, uliamua hivyo? Nikamwambia tu, sasa na siko job, there is nothing that I'm doing. This is like the perfect time for me to raise my child and like give them full attention and just be there. So she goes like, sasa, so utafanya nini na una kazi? Nikamwambia, mom, sasa I just told her like, ukipata kazi in Nairobi, please nisukumie, because me, I've been looking for it and I'm not getting any work. So wacha nizae too, because either way I had planned like I wanted to have my kids early, nimalizane tu na hiyo story, not because that it would be a burden when I was older, but just because I already started and I don't want my kids to be like that far in age. So she goes like, so umeamua hivyo nini. So nikasema tu, sasa ishafanyika, like there's nothing we can do about it. So my mom goes like, haya sawa basi, umeambia babako? Nikasema tu, I ain't about to tell him that I'm pregnant. Nikamwambia wewe ndio utamwambia. Because me, I wasn't imagining telling my dad again. So my kukata na chini sasa, when I was talking like with my brother and my sister, so I'm feeling relieved, like this whole burden has been dropped from my shoulders. I go and tell my sister, hey, nimeambia mom niko na ball, finally imeniondokea. Akaniambia alikuwa anajua already. Nikamwambia acha ujinga. Then she goes like, yeah, she already knew that you were pregnant. Nikamwambia, what? Seriously? Ati hata dada alikuwa anajua. Alikuwa anasema ati Wendy ako na mimba, asiwadanganye, nimemwona vile anakaa. Let her not lie to anyone. I know she is pregnant. Let us wait for her to come and tell. Like mwenyewe akuja ajiseme, but for him he was like, my dad was just like, yeah, like Wendy is pregnant. He already knew, because the only time I gain weight is when I'm pregnant. Normal me is just skinny. Even if I eat how much, like I said, I fluctuate between 58 and 55 to 58. Sometimes there's a time I even went back down, nikafika hadi 52, just because of working out. That was even after the time I gave birth to Fabian. So the only time like my weight normally fluctuates is like when I'm pregnant. So I think they saw me and they were like, amenona hivi, haikosi akona mtu hapo ndani. So yeah, the only time now my dad, I ever spoke about my pregnancy to my dad was when now I was in a hospital. No, was when I found out that my baby had passed away. So now my dad called me. He was like, oh, I'm sorry about what happened. That was the only time that we actually talked about me being pregnant. But other than that, I never like came out and told my dad like, Dad, I'm expecting another child. Basically, my mom busted me while I was checking myself out. That's how she knew I was pregnant, guys. And I feel like, I don't know why, but it doesn't matter what age you get to. I feel like it's always such a hassle. Not really a hassle, but it's always like such a big deal when you're breaking like pregnancy news to your parents. I don't know if it's just me. If you've had kids before, please write in the comment section how your parents reacted or how you normally feel when you're going to tell your parents you're pregnant, especially if you're getting your second child. You understand? Like it's such a big deal because like, oh my god, like you're bringing another life into this world. So already that's enough pressure as it is. So imagine now breaking to your parents. Anyway, so yeah, it's a short and sweet story. That's how my mom found out I was pregnant, and now it trickled down, and that's how my father knew I was pregnant. With my brother, how I told my brother I was pregnant, because when I DM'd my sister and my sister was happy, she was like, hey, hata nilikuwa nimeota ati utapata msichana sijui nini. I feel nini spiritually connected to the child. Like my sister was super excited, and then I just like texted my brother and I was like, hey Sema, because now he's always so busy with work. So I go like, hey, unaendeleaje, uko poa nini. So I text him, I'm like, by then niko na kitu nataka kukuambia, like there's something I want to tell you. So he goes like, kwani what's up? Nikamwambia uko job, like can you text? He's like, yeah, just talk to me. And then I go like, unaenda kwa uncle 2.0. That's how I told you, unaenda kwa uncle 2.0. And then he goes like I think Alika akasema that he was like, aya, congratulations, that's amazing news. Lakini honestly, sasa unanipea pressure. Ona sasa unapata mtu wa pili na hata mimi sijaanza mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Like it was a good experience, if I can say that. My family took it very well, and they were also very heartbroken when the baby didn't end up making it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I saw someone telling me that they really enjoy my story times, and I do like story times really good, so I'm going to be doing more of those. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel, watch the videos till the end. Also, you can click the bell button so that you can get a post notification every time that I post a new video. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to live, love, be anything that you want to be. Bye.